You waiting on anyone else, Grub?
Oh, I didn't know you were ready too.
Indeed.
Alrighty then, let's get this party started. Align traffic, Dragonfly, 5 A-10s taxiing to, or 4 A-10s taxiing to runway 01 for immediate takeoff. Via Gulf Charlie. Gulf Alpha. Yeah. Align. Alright, I'm on.
One, two, rolling. 3-1 rolling.
4-1 roll.
Tilde key on my keyboard just popped off. I had to reach down and grab it.
What key just popped off?
The tilde?
Ah.
Traffic, Dragonfly, 4 A-10s taking active runway 01 for me. Take off to the north of that line. Alright, one set.
One, two, set. Three, one, set.
4-1 set.
Copy that. Alright, guys. Brakes check. Ramp up to 80%. Check gauges. Gauges are good. Double check flaps at half. Control surface wipe. And load one screen.
1, 2, green. 3, 1, screen.
4-1.
Alright, ramping up. Brakes off. In 3, 2, 1, rolling.
One, two, rolling. Three, one's rolling.
Four-one rolled.
One's clear.
One, two, up and clean. Three, one's clean.
Or one up and clean.
Copy that. Alright, we're gonna do a 5-degree climb since we're pretty late. Gonna have a flight check right, get it on the downwind for the airfield, or the airport, I guess. Enter the better. And we're gonna basically mad climb to Angels 15. Wings level, still maintaining that 5-degree climb. X-ray Dragonflight checking in for a 10s. We are doing emergency procedures around the Allied airfield, so stay away. That's Angel deck. Right. Coming level. Still in that 5-degree climb.
3-1 saddle right, 1-2.
Passing Angels 13. Coming up to Angels 15, going nose level. Angels 15 established. And gonna be making right here.
What's your power setting?
Yes.
Yes.
I just can't catch up.
How about wings level? Alright, pulling her back a little bit. This is not something we're going to be doing in formation, so...
No, understood. I just wondered because everybody else was able to catch up to me, and I am just pouring the coal to it. You can't seem to maintain the same airspeed.
We cheated. We put the fuel overrides on it.
Which is something we'll also talk about. Alright, so we're at Angels 15. This is pretty much the bare minimum where you're going to want to try this. We're actually going to do a windmill start of the engine. So to do said windmill, we're actually going to kill the right engine. So bring that old engine all the way back into the off position.
Three's off. 1-2 is off.
4-1 is off.
Alright, now, in case you find yourself in a position where your one engine is dead, what we're going to do first thing off the rip is actually turn on the crossfeed, because that's going to keep the fuel tanks balanced left and right. It's right next to the dial forward of the throttle head. There's a dial for the receiver light illumination for the air-to-air refueling. It just says crossfeed on the top. You want to flip that switch to the up position.
Great.
4-1.
Yeah, 1-2 is open.
Alright, so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to put that left engine into the fuel flow override, which is going to give it a little bit more juice. We're going to be able to maintain altitude a little bit better and airspeed. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip that right engine into motor, which is actually on the engine ignition motor kind of switch. It's a three-way switch. So you're going to flip that one back into motor. You're going to see the RPMs of the engine actually come up on the right engine gauge. So an important thing for an engine restart, even when you're on the ground, is that engine has to actually be able to cool down. Because if it's too hot, it will not ignite. So let me know when you've got that right engine in motor, the left engine in fuel override.
1-2 set.
3 set.
4-1.
Alright, the next step we're going to do is the bleed air has to be shut off. So it's a knob, it's to the right of the cabin air pressure on the right console. Bleed air is going to get shut off there.
Warning, autopilot.
1-2 set.
steps are going to be... It's underneath the canopy disengage knob. The lever on the outboard wall.
Got it.
Alright, the next thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to, it's a couple of step process. So you're going to get into a dive roughly about 60 degrees downward angle. You're going to wait until that RPMs get up to about 40, 45 or so. Then you're going to flip that right engine switch into ignition. Before you do that, though, you're going to have to bump that right engine into operate, or into idle. So, right engine into idle, downward angle, watch the RPMs on the gauge, also watch your altimeter, don't crash in the ground. And then you're going to basically wait until you're about 45% RPM to when you hit that igniter on the right engine. Any questions?
Nope. Nope.
Do you set it to motor to idle as before you dive?
Yes, the right engine gets set to idle before you actually do your dive. The switch is still set in motor.
Copy.
Alright, I'm going to just kind of do or explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So, right engine bumped into idle, nose dive down, 60 degrees. I'm watching my RPMs, and there is 40, bumping the and pulling out of the dive before I become a grease stain. She didn't want to kick off for me.
Me neither.
She's a finicky broad.
I'm gonna drop down and give her a shot. Yeah, it's almost like my RPMs didn't move up at all. The motor didn't, no, the motor setting didn't keep it at 40, did it?
No, it shouldn't.
Pull up, pull up.
The motor setting lets the engine free
Pull up,
spool.
pull up.
So on the climb out, right engine back to off.
Yep.
Yeah, I had no joy as well on that one. Got down to 40 RPM.
Plane. So the other thing that you can do, obviously, if you aren't able to get it to windmill, is you can actually push it over with the APU if that's still running. So that's what I'm going to have to do since I'm trying to climb back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
So APU on, wait for it to hit 100%, wait for the temperature to drop down. Make sure that right engine is in the off position. Then the generator, and then bump that right engine. And once it's bumped, igniter.
Do you need the bleed air back on?
Yes. There, I got the right engine back up. Coming out of override on the left engine. And ramping that right engine back all the way up.
I think I just figured out why it didn't work was I've got my igniter switches set to my night vision goggles up and down.
Oops. That would probably do it. backup Daniels 50.
3's up there.
Alright, ED says that you can do this in a 30-degree dive, but I've never been able yet to do it that way.
So I was trying to do an APU start and the dive, but I was getting zero fuel flow on my right-hand engine.
Did you move it out of motor?
Yes, sir.
That's a little weird.
Yep.
Are we clear to try again?
Yes.
3's trying it.
Also, ED says to set both throttles to max.
During the dive?
Yes.
That I did not do.
You know, Chef ED's method does work.
So 30 degrees, bump, igniter, full speed.
No, you actually have to set it so before you do the nose over, you're going to be full throttle in norm, and then as you're in the dive, you keep an eye on the temperature, and then once the temperature gets below or gets near that 1 mark, you actually hit the igniter on the dive.
Okay, here we go.
And then, you know, bleed air off, and then you have to turn it back on once you get it ignited. You'll see the temperature gauge actually like jump up when you have a good ignition. And then your RPMs will climb.
One good start.
Nice.
So just to confirm, the ignition switch for the right engine, you set that to norm before you begin the dive?
Yes.
Copy.
And then push it all the way forward. Or I'm sorry, push the throttle all the way to max.
Yep, 4-1's going in.
Yeah, so even though the throttle was pushed all the way forward, there's no fuel flow until you hit the igniter.
Yep.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, we're just not generating any,
Pull up, pull up.
I'm still missing something. I had my bleed air off, I had cross flow on, I had the ignition to norm, and the right throttle floored all the way forward.
And when you hit the igniter, you didn't get a temperature surge.
I mean, I didn't even get a chance to hit the igniter. My RPMs never got to 40%.
They don't have to be at 40.
Yeah, mine were like
You're looking-
25.
You're looking for the temperature of that right engine, not the RPMs per se.
Got you. Set to norm.
Dirt, you can AQ start that right engine to try and get some altitude.
Yeah, I've tried a couple times. I'm still getting zero fuel flow on my right-hand engine.
Is your right engine still in motor or is it in norm?
I've tried it in norm and motor.
So get your APU up and running, make sure you turn on the APU generator.
Yeah, did that as well.
Alright, if the APU is running, the APU generator's on, you're gonna bump that, once you get that up to 100% on the RPM, or on the APU.
Okay, APU on, generator on.
Alrighty, and then you're gonna bump that right engine out of idle, or out of off into full throttle.
Got 26% N1.
Yep, and then just give her a bump that engine operation into ignition. Should just be able to see it, and you should see the temperature spike on the temp gauge. Is your bleed air still off?
Yeah, roger.
Alright, turn the bleed air back on. It needs to be on for the APU.
Okay, it's on. Still getting zero fuel flow.
Alright, let's pull the right engine back to off.
Off.
Put the operator switch into motor.
Floater.
Now you're going to want to watch your temp gauge. You're going to want to see the temp gauge go way down.
Yeah, my CIT sitting about 100 degrees.
Alright, so we're going to bump that right engine just into the idle position.
Idle.
And then once you're at idle, you should see the temperature gauge move a little bit, and you should be able to push it into ignition and pull it out of the motor.
Nope, she's dead. Sitting at about 100 degrees. Zero fuel flow. And no change in fan RPM. I'm just windmilling at this point.
And you're pushing that igniter switch forward and hold it for a second.
Ironically, I'm following these exact same
No
steps, and I'm getting no joy either in my right engine.
That's funny. Alright, we're gonna do a complete reset. So, APU is on and running, the generator is on, right engine off position.
I just turned my Jenny off. Right hand engine. Try it again. Yet. No joy.
No. What I'm saying is we're gonna do a complete reset on it. So, you're gonna put that right engine into the off position.
Okay, off.
You should see the temperature for that right engine drop down drastically.
Yeah, about where it was. It hasn't
Okay.
changed.
Alright, we're gonna put the right engine into motor.
A little bit of pressure.
Motor.
So
Alright, we're gonna... What's your temperature at on that right engine?
The same.
Sitting right at the 1.
Roger.
Alright, you're gonna take that right engine and you're gonna push it in from off to idle.
Idle.
And now you're gonna take that right engine operations switch and move that into the normal position.
Normal.
What's your temperature gauge doing for that right engine?
Nothing.
Alright, push it forward into igniter. Or ignition.
up and no.
Still nothing.
Not a thing. My fuel flow
Oh.
remains at 0. No fuel flow at all. I've done air starts in these things before, with the APU, with everything set to normal. Might just
Yep.
try that.
I just got those same symptoms, and then I leveled off, put the engine all the way back to off, put it back to bump, and did an ignition, and it started.
Well, maybe it's a aircraft attitude thing, or gravity feed or something, maybe. Zero fuel flow.
Yep, nothing. The left side a little bit more.
I just got my right engine restarted again. Just flying, straight level.
Shouldn't make a difference if that APU generator switches on, because the left-hand engine is still running. That should provide all the AC power you need, I would think.
In theory, yes. In practice, I've found that when I can't get an APU restart, it's generally if I flip the APU generator on, because it keeps that right engine or whatever engine from having an extra strain on it.
Okay, roger that. Still no joy.
Alright, well, you're about 10,000 feet, so why don't you do a 180?
Try to go full throttle. Not gonna do.
Alright, so what you're gonna do here, we're gonna see if we can't get you to a windmill restart.
Okay, I'll kill the APU.
Okay, I reproduced it. If you go full throttle, the ignition switch doesn't seem to help. Then you pull the throttle back, but don't go all the way to off, and the ignition switch seems to kick the temp up and it starts.
But were you getting fuel flow indication?
You won't get fuel flow indication until the igniter hits the engine, starts it up.
Okay. But I wasn't getting any difference in my fan speed or anything. Okay, so point the nose down and
Hold on.
bust the throttle. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. So at 10,000 feet, you want to put your bleed air switch to off. Cross feed switch to on. And then you're going to do a 30-degree dive. Once the temperature is, once the temperature's down at the bottom of the gauge, you're gonna bump that, you're gonna put both throttles into full maximum throttle. And then once the temperature gauge is down to that 1 mark, you're gonna hit the igniter on that right engine.
Okay. Press and hold it.
Should just need to press and hold it until you see the temperature jump.
Okay. So right now my temperature is flatlined at 100 degrees. So drop her down and see what happens.
Yes, sir. Throttle all the way to forward. Press and hold that igniter. Now pull out of it.
No joy.
Well, that's just weird.
I think I killed my engine too.
Maybe a good time to practice a single engine landing.
Yep, we're gonna do a single engine landing. Except for normally we practice the left engine out.
Yeah.
Anybody who has both engines can kill the left engine. They're going to have you just go in, see if you can do a repair when you're on the ground.
Yeah, roger that.
You'll land on 0-1. Left engine out, going to pull the landing gear auxiliary handle, and drop the landing gear. Emergency brake handle coming out. I have 3 green. Mother coming over the top of you.
No, I'm pretty far away from you.
Actually, Viking 3, we're checking it.
Oh, that's Gator.
So you're heading into runway 19?
No, 0-1. I just happen to be over here.
Alright, I'm gonna go in for runway 19. This is gonna be fun.
Altitude, altitude.
When you actually are doing left engine off, with the brakes, you get 3 pumps. So you gotta make them count.
That's only if that damn crew chief serviced it right.
I'm practicing my massive full deflection slip.
Speed brake, speed brake.
1-1 is clear-ish up the runway.
Ish. Or one's exiting by Bravo.
Yeah, you came on 0-1 as well.
You're backwards, dude. We're heading 19.
Really? No, that was 19. My bad. I got flipped around the airport.
You want me to do 19?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Chief, connect the ground power.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now on.
Chief, request repair.
Request repair. Copy.
Everyone's clearing up Bravo.
I do not put it past ED though to have a couple of bugs. I've had where I couldn't get an engine to start before, just sitting, you know, in a brand new jet and had to read slot, and then the engine restarted.
So while airborne, when I bumped up to idle, the APU would not spike. And now on the ground, the APU is spiking. So it's doing a ground start, right?
Yep.
Chief, request repair.
Request repair.
No.
Copy.
Happening? Chief, request repair.
Request repair. Copy.
Everything is off. I've got ground crew responding to me when I ask for a repair, but I'm not getting a timer.
Is your engine off?
A berm.
Is your APU off?
Yes. And when they respond in the affirmative.
Well, if you are not getting a timer, then and they said yes, and didn't say shut off your engines, that means you don't need a repair. So, with everything cold and dark, I would try to do a restart.
Alright. I would disagree with them. Alright, APU fires right on up. Still left engine. Yeah, right engine has no problem firing up on the ground.
Weird.
It's that new update.
No, cancel that. It just, stopped midway.
That's right. So the percent RPM goes up to 25. Fuel flow bumps to just a little bit. And then it never spins up.
Alright, so with that, that's a foul start. So what you want to do is you want to put that right engine in the motor,
Speed brake.
leave it in
Speed
the
brake.
idle position, and you want to watch that gauge, the temp gauge, drop back down to the 1, and then when it does, you know, hit that right igniter.
They actually modeled in hung starts on this thing? Amazing.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking up in the air, but so my temp is low, my APU is maxed, my fuel flow is off, I'm in idle, I'm in motor, my percent RPM is 25 where the APU's got it, temperature's 100, fan is low,
Make sure the bleed air is on.
bleed air is on,
Crossfeed is off.
crossfeed was off. I'm sitting in motor, so now I'm just gonna flip to igniter, right? Or just flip to normal.
Yeah, actually, when you bump that engine that's stalled, you actually push it right into ignition. You should see the temperature spike up.
airspeed has been slowly decreasing all the way back here to this airport. I'm full throttle, and I've got my fuel flow is override, trying to maintain airspeed.
Is your pitot heater turned on?
Roger.
Because I have you doing 204 knots.
That's it. 205 on mine.
Yep.
Yeah, no joy on the start. I'm going to shut both engines down. Cold. I'm on ground power. Do you think that makes a difference?
No.
Speed brake. Speed brake.
Some dirty Frenchman saying I'm able to comply, but every motor is shut down. Okay, got a copy, no timer. And that's gear, that's when yours started working again, right?
Well, it hit. It went up part way, and then that right engine startup stalled.
Again, I'm not putting it past ED to have some bugginess, so if it is still not restarting on the ground, just re-slide back into the aircraft again.
I think that's where I'm headed. Huh. Wonky.
Yeah, I just got a hunk start as well. Interesting. Gonna motor it out, blow it out.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
You know what I noticed? The APU on the PSI for the right never got out of the red, but the left engine on a restart crawled nicely up into the yellow and green.
Just gonna try a cross bleed start here.
Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Yep, my right motor just done fell off the airplane. I'm gonna respawn.
It's like trying to start an old 79 Ford F-250. Gotta pump that gas pedal a few times. Yeah, I had no joy getting this thing started.
That's weird.
A lot of pissed off right-handed ground crew.
I tried it with the APU, I tried it with the windmill, I tried a cross bleed start, all 0.
Yeah, it's just like the fuel flow would kick up just above 0, but never go above the red line.
Yeah, I wasn't getting any light off, no rapid rise in EGT.
I would get the startup rise in the EGT, just not the rapid one.
You didn't just by chance happen to bump your inverter to off, did you?
No, she's still in there.
Inverters were on.
Because if the inverter is off, that's when you won't get the EGT spike.
Yeah, roger.
I was definitely getting the EGT spike as the gas needle moved off 0 to 1, but below the red line. And in a normal start, it does that, and then it slowly crawls up above the red line. The fuel flow would just not extend above the red line. And then if I gave it some throttle, then it would shut itself, the auto start would shut itself down, temperature would drop back to 0, back to 1. So I think there's either programmed in a mechanism to not allow the fuel flow if it thinks it's a hot start, but it wasn't really.
Chief, remove the wheel chucks.
Chief, remove the wheel chucks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now
Of course,
removed.
after respawning, everything starts beautifully.
Or one green jet again.
Hurry, want to taxi out to the, where you're sitting.
Oh, and roll on as well.
So in all that stopping and starting, I did get 2 relights, and then the rest, then once it died, it died.
He's taking his time repairing this bird.
Oh, you got the timer?
No timer, but it just seems to go slow.
No, if there's no timer, you're not getting repaired. I think you're going to have to respawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we both finally got it to say copy on the repair request, but it never gave a timer. The right engine was still dead.
Okay.
I just saw Grim disappear.
Yes, he did. Did he decide to respawn as well? Yeah, it looks like he did. I think I'm gonna turn off, take off and just goof around until everybody's ready to go. Haven't really gotten to flying in a month.
I'm gonna follow suit with you.
Alright, unofficial blast off, take off.
Alright, 401 rolling right behind you.
Going for the A10 version of the unrestricted climb.
Alright, with this loadout,
200.
just about bled off.
270 by the end of the runway, here we go.
That's interesting. My right engine did not start.
After a total respawn?
No, I didn't respawn totally. I just did a repair.
Yeah, no, that happened to all of us, same thing. It would not restart until we respawned.
Yeah, basically you have to release the slot and then get back into it again.
I believe a low altitude run over the tarmac is approved. Look up, Graham.
Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Mutter was lower.
Oh, Gator was lower, Mutter was first. Or was Mutter lower?
Mutter was lower.
Nice.
I needed some room to let those flares rip.
That's true. Does eating show them bouncing off the tarmac? I didn't see dirt respawn at this
Pull
airport.
up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, Gator was lower that time.
Warning, autopilot. Pull up, pull up.
King 01.
Pull up, pull up.
I can confirm I saw dirt in the cockpit.
Altitude, altitude.
Hello, boss.
You.
Virpil going on here. This is called a kinetic rejoin.
Crazy bastard.
One, two, radio check, 30.1.
Got you loud and clear.
5, sir.
Two A-10s falling out of the sky together. Nice. I lost contact. Did you pull out of the hammerhead, or did you just kind of do a crazy snap roll or two?
No, I pulled out of the hammerhead.
Oh, I had some fun making an intentional tumble out of it. There's a good tumble. Nice.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
I was climbing up to catch you.
Pull up, pull up.
And you were just spinning now.
Yep. Split the throttles.
Ooh. Split throttle, hammerhead. Right in front of you. Whee! Maverick, we're in an inverted flat spin. Opposite rudder. Spin brake. Oh no, I flamed out my left engine.
Oh, really?
Inverted flat spin for too long, lost fuel pressure.
Are you gonna make it?
Oh yeah. I'll try to enter a restart on the left engine.
1-2 rolling.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, simply turned on the APU and did a regular electronic start left engine worked.
Right.
I did the same, and then I shut down the right engine, and I did a cross-bleed start from the left to right, and it worked perfectly as well. One, two, taking runway 01 for a northbound departure.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, good.
Did you guys see that epic takeoff?
I did.
The wind was in my hair.
If it's still in your hair, go back and pick up your canopy.
I'm surprised it's still here.
Guns.
Ooh, got your both guns. Peter should be taking up the rear and getting us all free.
Marshall 205.
Alright.
Mops 225. 50. Angels 50. State 7.7.
Not sure who's calling mom, but they glitched the server when they did it.
Yeah, they did. Alright, we're only gonna go to Angels 10.
Is that alright?
High five. And here comes 10. Slowing her down a little. So, we are going to do manual reversion flying, which means we have to get a little slower. And I'm not sure if you want to hang on that wing, Mother.
Well, until we start doing the fun stuff.
Oh, we're getting ready to do the fun stuff now.
You can have.
Just waiting for dirt to catch back up.
Yeah, inbound.
So, manual reversion flying is a different animal altogether. you land in manual reversion, you're gonna have like a 1.5 degree to 2 degree glide slope. It's real shallow. Once you get below 50 feet, it's gonna make the controls really, really mushy. And typically manual reversion landing is gonna be pretty quick. You don't want to get super slow. Get slow, you get pilot-induced oscillations. You get too fast, pilot-induced oscillations. So, first trick is going to be... there you are. First trick is going to be to actually disengage the emergency disconnect lever. So we're going to hit that, buddy. And then your SAS and everything else is going to shut off.
What's the keyboard one for that by default?
I can't remember.
I don't think
Where in the
pedal works.
cockpit is it?
It's normally the paddle switch, but that doesn't work on a Thrustmaster.
Yeah, I use that for centering my track IR. I see aileron emergency disengage, elevator disengage.
No, this is not a switch on the panel. It's actually literally in the aircraft. It's the lever in front of the stick.
That defaults to a zoom.
I couldn't tell you what the normal is because I've reset all that stuff.
Yeah, there isn't a normal one. It is that paddle switch, which defaults to view zoom and under the covers.
Well, I mean, you can manually do it by flipping off all the SAS switches.
Oh, is that all it does?
Yeah, that's what it does.
Alright, let's try that.
It'll kill all the SAS and then kill the EAC.
Warning,
Okay.
autopilot.
SAS up.
And the EAC should shut off on its own. Now we're going to flip the lever for manual reversion. And just remember, any input is going to be extremely exaggerated. One's coming right.
That's the big orange button.
Yeah, that's the big orange knob. Everything you do when you're in manual reversion wants to be really smooth, very slow.
Somebody just went into a dive.
Yep.
Typically, if you go into a dive, that's because your trim was not set level-ish.
And your trim is now opposite.
Yeah, your nose trim, pitch trim is opposite. Roll trim is the same.
Alright, I was able to correct the dive with just general trim opposite.
And again, remember, you don't want to be too crazy with the cheese whiz. You don't want to get too fast. You don't want to get too slow. Like 200 to 220 is like the sweet spot.
Oof.
Tree, stable right turn. And my hydraulic needles are on 0, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Like flying a Cessna.
Manual reversion landing is going to require the use of the auxiliary landing gear extraction handle. It's below your HSI on the left-hand side. You gotta push the button in the center first and then pull the lever out.
This ain't normal.
Your landing gear is probably gonna drop on its own.
Do it early and often, or wait till we get closer?
I get mine out as soon as I can. There, I got 3 green. Because the way it flies changes a lot with landing gear down.
Probably makes it a little more stable.
Nah, not really. You definitely feel the drag underneath the aircraft, though.
3 green.
Okay, I'm not getting my green. Is there emergency extension?
Yep, that's what I was saying. The auxiliary landing gear extraction, you have to, below the HSI, to the left, right above the circuit breaker panel, there's a handle that says AUX LG EXT. You push the center of that button in first, and then you pull the whole lever out.
Got it, thanks.
You should see 3 green, then your landing gear horn should turn off.
Does it matter about the main gear handle?
I always put it down just because I get tired of listening to it.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I got 3 green.
Alright, like I said, you need to keep an eye on your speed, not too fast, not too slow. Everything is going to be very shallow movements. And your landing glide path is going to be extremely shallow. It's going to be like I said, 2 degrees to 2 degree and a half. So I've already started my descent, even though we're way past the airfield. And I'm going past the airfield on its western side. Gonna get into a right-hand downwind.
Few aircraft.
The other thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pull the emergency brake handle. It's on the left console, in front, like outboard wall, but towards the front.
See,
Again, with that emergency brake handle pulled, you're only going to have 3 pumps of the brake. That's it. You're going to have no nose wheel steering. So that basically means whoever comes down first has to roll out for a while.
I'm looking forward to getting a force feedback stick so I can really feel this.
Oh yeah, this is cable and pulley, baby. It's like
Does
biplane era.
Does it actually model it nicely?
From what I hear, yeah.
what are you thinking of getting?
I liked the wind wing set. I tried that out last year at the Simexperience.
What's the price tag on that?
I don't know. Still haven't officially been released. People are just waiting on pre-orders.
I've been thinking about the Moza, I think it's AB6, the gear-driven one.
Yep, it's decent.
I'm just gonna buy a tighter $6 spring for my 15-year-old Thrustmaster.
That's what I'm running right now too. I love it.
Yeah, I run the throttle from the Thrustmaster Wardog series, but I don't care much for the stick part. Alright, I'm in a far right-hand downwind at L-line. This is all ham-fist flying here, so... Still got my steady, slow descent. I really try not to monkey too much with the rudder in manual reversion because it does some funky shit to it. Alright, starting my slow right hand base turn.
You got visual on me, Gator? You're nearby somewhere.
I am literally right on your tail.
Alright, trying to hover around 210 to 212.
All this frequency or the vibration left and right, it's a perfect frequency for the shakes I have.
That's that pilot-induced oscillation like I was telling you about. Turn from final to slow base.
How about base to final?
Or base to final, yeah. Words and stuff. Okay, lined up nicely. Cut power. I'm actually coming into the runway at 216 knots.
So you're holding attitude, AOA, and just letting the throttle do it.
Yep.
Kind of like a pointy nose jet.
And I'm on the ground at 280 or 180 knots. Just letting it roll out a little bit. Think I popped a tire. Definitely popped a tire. Using the rudders to help steer me down the runway here.
Well, we got most of the way through. Need to,
Scooching myself off to the right side of the runway. Alright, 1-1 is clear-ish. On the right side of the runway on 1-9.
3-1 starting up turn base.
Yep, so dirt, the reason why it's wobbling so much is because you're going too fast.
Yeah, I was
You're doing
trying
260 knots.
to regain altitude here.
The only thing I've seen that'll actually get it out of that is actually kind of getting into a smooth turn, but you're going to have to wait till you get towards the airfield for that. Nope. Watch it.
3-1 base to final.
That didn't go as planned.
Uh-oh. Slow down. Four one base to final.
Dirt didn't make it.
215 over the threshold.
A little too high.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, don't porpoise it. You're gonna have to go around for that.
Yeah, I'm going around.
Go ahead, you don't do it on, so speed is accurate.
Stable.
Ish.
Dirt, eat the dirt.
Smoke on the horizon.
Yeah, that was me.
You know what happened there?
Yeah, we got into oscillations. I couldn't get it up. Story of my life. And then, you know, she
I was
went.
gonna say they'd make a pill for that. Hey.
Altitude, altitude.
Yeah, once you get into those oscillations, it's really hard to get out of. And if you correct it too much or try to do a hard maneuver, she'll just nosedive on you.
Yeah, that's
Looking
exactly
good.
what happened.
Looking good, Gator. Don't let the... yep. You let her porpoise on you, that ground effect. Get that nose down.
Chance, I'm gonna step away. We're actually staying at the camper, or the camp. So I gotta get back there before it gets too late, so.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Okay, guys, and see you on Saturday.
Alright, sounds good.
Yep.
Alright, see you guys. Bye.
Yeah, that nose just took off.
Yeah, you gotta anticipate that 50-foot ground effect.
I tell you, I'm just barely able to keep the velocity vector at the horizon. I'm just trying to get it to slowly come back down. It just will not stop climbing.
Yeah, that's most likely due to the trim before you went into manual reversion.
No, I've made trim adjustments successfully, but I figured I shouldn't have to touch it again. So 200 knots, my stick is almost full forward to keep the nose on the horizon.
Yeah, that's when you gotta, trim it. That's in the trim. But the pitch adjustment is massive.
Right. Alright, I think I got it horizon with stick pretty much neutral.
That looks good.
It's interesting that I had to make trim adjustments at all, because I haven't. After it was stable. So after the go-round, it's like my trim got fucked up.
Yeah, it's mechanical.
Alright, trying again. Turning base.
Manual reversion flying to me is always interesting because you're flying the flight surface instead of flying the wing.
Alright, base to final. Fast.
That was a server hiccup.
I did not feel.
Bring your air or throttle back a bit.
Yeah, I'm holding that velocity vector on the runway. I'm just gonna plan it like a Navy jet. .215 on slope.
Nice. Start braking. There goes the tire.
One, turning in on final.
Nice, butter. Well, Gator, just so you know, Mutter's on the left, I'm on the right, so you're gonna have to just go straight through.
Bowling.
You know, it's hard to do with blowing your right tire.
Right.
And my nose wheel. Cool.
Looking good,
Altitude,
Gator.
altitude.
Probably blew my nose wheel because I didn't even flare. I just planted it.
Yep. Push to the porpoise. Nice.
Nice.
Coming through.
Start braking right away. Look at that. He made it down and didn't pop a tire.
Ah, you said no noseable steering with this, huh?
Yep.
It's cool how both ailerons droop.
Yeah, there's no hydraulic pressure. I'm just gonna drag this rim back to the parking spot.
Me too. A little harder to steer without your nose wheel rubber though.
Yeah, slightly.
Notice anti-skid went off as well.
Yeah, it turns off when you pull the emergency brake handle. So that's why I usually don't do full brakes. I'll do a half pump on the initial landing.
My rudder pedals are screwed up, so I I put my that slider on the throttle to the left of the throttle base as my both wheel brake axis. So I don't even have differential braking right now.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I don't have brakes on my pedals at all.
I'm using a set of race pedals, and my clutch and my throttle are my left and right rudder, so my brakes are literally the brakes.
Anybody smell burning rubber?
No, but I definitely have some sparks flying off that rim.
Feel like an episode of Cops.
Yeah, right after running over the spike strips.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Well, all in all, I say that was fairly successful. Procedures, except for, Dirk didn't make it.
I think that last time we did this, I crashed on the oscillations too.
Yeah, it happens.
I've definitely had the trim get me a couple times when I first flipped over the manual version. Yeah, if that starting trim isn't perfect, it just wants to nosedive.
Yep, that's the important thing, is the trim setting at the onset. Make sure you're not in autopilot, because otherwise, yeah, it'll face plant you. All right, well, gents, it was a good time.
Chief, connect the
I
ground
do
power.
think that was the first time I did at least 4 upside down pancake spins and flamed out an engine
Ground power is now
and
on.
swivel covered.
Nice. All right, well, I'm out of here, guys. See you on
All
Saturday.
right, gents, we'll see you.